Onions. They are one of the most versatile and essential ingredients in any kitchen. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a home cook, onions are likely a staple in your culinary arsenal. But have you ever thought about growing your own onions? It might seem daunting at first, but with a few simple tips and tricks, you can cultivate a bountiful harvest with minimal effort. A staple in kitchens around the world, onions add flavor, texture, and depth to countless dishes. From soups and stews to salads and sandwiches, their versatility is unmatched. But the journey of an onion doesn't have to start at the grocery store. Imagine the satisfaction of using onions that you've grown yourself, right in your backyard. Their sharp bite and sweet aroma are essential for countless dishes. When sautéed, they release a sweetness that enhances the flavors of other ingredients. When raw, they add a crisp, pungent bite. Onions are truly a culinary powerhouse, and growing them can be just as rewarding as cooking with them. But what about growing them? Many people think that growing onions is a labor-intensive process that requires a lot of time and effort. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. With the right approach, growing onions can be a straightforward and enjoyable activity. Many think it's hard work. Not true. In fact, onions are one of the easiest vegetables to grow. They don't require a lot of space, and they can thrive in a variety of soil types. Plus, with a few simple techniques, you can maximize your yield without spending hours in the garden. Let me share my secrets for effortless onion growing. First, choose the right variety of onions for your climate and soil. There are many different types of onions, each with its own unique flavor and growing requirements. Do a little research to find out which varieties will work best in your area. Forget endless weeding, thinning, and fussing. With the right preparation, you can create a low-maintenance garden bed that will produce a bountiful harvest. Start by preparing your soil with plenty of organic matter, such as compost or well-rotted manure. This will provide the nutrients your onions need to grow strong and healthy. We're going for maximum yield with minimal effort. One of the best ways to achieve this is by using raised beds. Raised beds provide excellent drainage and allow you to control the quality of your soil. Plus, they make it easier to manage your plants and keep weeds at bay. One raised bed is all you need. You can grow a surprising amount of onions in a small space, and with the right care, you'll be rewarded with a plentiful harvest. Water your onions regularly, but be careful not to overwater them. Onions prefer well-drained soil, and too much water can lead to rot. This method is perfect for busy gardeners and beginners alike. You don't need to be an expert to grow onions successfully. With a little patience and attention, anyone can do it. And the best part? You'll have fresh, homegrown onions to use in your cooking, adding a personal touch to your meals. Trust me, delicious, homegrown onions are within your reach, so why not give it a try? With these simple tips, you'll be well on your way to growing your own onions effortlessly and easily. Happy gardening! I chose a sunny spot for my raised bed. The location is crucial because onions thrive in full sunlight. They need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day to grow well. A sunny spot ensures that the onions will have the energy they need to develop large, healthy bulbs. Plus, the warmth from the sun helps to keep the soil temperature consistent, which is beneficial for their growth. Good drainage is key for onions, so I added some grit to the soil. Onions don't like to sit in waterlogged soil, as it can lead to rot and other diseases. By incorporating grit, I ensure that excess water can drain away quickly, keeping the soil well aerated. This also helps the roots to grow strong and deep, which is essential for healthy onion plants. I mix the grit thoroughly with the soil to create a well-draining environment. Then, the fun part, planting. There's something incredibly satisfying about placing each onion set and seedling into the soil. It's the moment when all the preparation comes together, and you can start to envision the harvest. Planting is not just about putting the plants in the ground, it's about setting the stage for their growth. I made sure to plant each one at the right depth and spacing to give them the best start. I went for 2 types of onion sets and seedlings. This approach gives me a bit of insurance. If one type doesn't do well, the other might. Plus, it allows me to compare the growth and yield of each type. Onion sets are essentially small, dormant onions that will start growing as soon as they're planted. Seedlings, on the other hand, are young plants that have already started growing and just need to be transplanted into the garden. Onion sets are small, dried onions. They are usually about the size of a marble and have a papery skin. These sets are easy to handle and plant, making them a favorite among gardeners. They store well, so you can buy them in advance and plant them when you're ready. Onion sets are also less prone to pests and diseases compared to seedlings, which makes them a reliable choice for many gardeners. They are easy to plant and store well. You simply push them into the soil, pointy end up, and cover them lightly. Because they are already in a dormant state, they don't require much care initially. Just make sure the soil is well drained, and they will start to grow as the weather warms up. Storing them is also straightforward. Keep them in a cool, dry place until you're ready to plant. Seedlings, on the other hand, offer more variety. They come in different sizes and types, allowing you to experiment with various onion varieties. Seedlings are usually started indoors or in a greenhouse and then transplanted into the garden. This gives them a head start, which can be particularly useful in regions with shorter growing seasons. By planting seedlings, you can also extend your harvest period, as they tend to mature at different times compared to sets. I gently tucked both into the soil, leaving a bit of space between them. Proper spacing is crucial for onions because it allows each plant to have enough room to grow without competing for nutrients and water. I made sure to follow the recommended spacing guidelines for each type. For sets, I planted them about 4 inches apart, while seedlings were spaced about 6 inches apart. This careful planning will help ensure a bountiful harvest. Now here's the secret crowd growing. Instead of meticulously spacing each onion, I planted them closer together. This might seem counterintuitive, but trust me, the close quarters create competition. This encourages the onions to grow upwards, reaching for sunlight. And the best part, less room for weeds. I hardly had to weed at all. As weeks turned into months, my onion patch flourished. The green shoots grew tall and strong. The bed was a sea of vibrant green. I was amazed by how little work it took. No thinning, minimal weeding, just the occasional watering and a bit of love. The onions thrived on their own. Now you might be thinking, crowd growing? Won't that result in smaller onions? And you'd be right. But don't let that deter you. Smaller onions are packed with flavor. They are perfect for pickling, roasting whole, or adding to stews. Their size makes them incredibly versatile in the kitchen. And let's be honest, they're just adorable. Of course, no garden is without its challenges. Every gardener, whether a novice or a seasoned expert, will face obstacles that test their patience and resilience. These challenges can range from unpredictable weather conditions to the persistent presence of pests that threaten to undo all the hard work put into nurturing the plants. I did encounter a few pests along the way. These tiny invaders can cause significant damage if not managed properly. It's important to regularly inspect your plants for any signs of pest activity. Early detection can make a big difference in controlling the spread and minimizing the damage. Onion flies can be a nuisance, laying their eggs at the base of onion plants. When the larvae hatch, they burrow into the bulbs, causing them to rot. This can be particularly frustrating for gardeners who have put in the effort to grow healthy onions. But a simple netting over the bed kept them at bay. Netting acts as a physical barrier, preventing the flies from reaching the plants and laying their eggs. It's a straightforward and effective solution that doesn't involve the use of chemicals, making it a great choice for organic gardening. And then there were slugs. These slimy creatures are notorious for munching on tender leaves and stems, often leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. They can be particularly problematic in damp, shady areas of the garden. I sprinkled a barrier of crushed eggshells around the plants. The sharp edges of the eggshells act as a deterrent, making it difficult for the slugs to cross without injuring themselves. This method is not only effective, but also environmentally friendly. This deterred the slimy critters and provided the soil with some extra calcium. Eggshells decompose over time, enriching the soil with nutrients that benefit the plants. It's a win-win situation for both the garden and the gardener. By addressing these challenges head-on, I was able to protect my plants and ensure a healthy, thriving garden. Finally, the day arrived, harvest time. The onion tops started to yellow and flop over, signaling they were ready. I gently pulled them from the soil, revealing beautiful bulbs. The yield was impressive. The raised bed was overflowing with onions. I had enough to last me well into the winter, with plenty to share with friends and family. There's nothing quite like the taste of a freshly harvested, homegrown onion. The flavor is more intense, the texture crisper. And knowing you grew them yourself? Immensely satisfying. Onions are incredibly versatile in the kitchen. From soups and stews to salads and sandwiches, they add depth and complexity to countless dishes. You can grow onions too, so there you have it. Effortless onion growing in a single raised bed. Don't be daunted by complicated methods. Embrace the simplicity of crowd growing. With minimal effort, you too can enjoy a bountiful harvest of delicious homegrown onions. Give it a go and taste the difference.